Hello, and welcome back to my channel. This is Olani Samson, and welcome to Samola YouTube channel. It has been a quite while I've been able to talk on this channel, but I think because of what is happening right now, I need to update you guys about the recent pandemic in which we find ourselves. Actually, I've been thinking that should I talk, should I not talk? But I think right now it is showing that at least through my channel I should be able to enlighten you little about what is going on, although I may not have the full scale of everything that is going on, but I just want to pinpoint something I noticed. Just like some people say, I think we human beings, we have a challenge of not learning from the history. And this thing that we are facing, this COVID-19 we are facing right now, it's not the first time in which we have pandemic just like this. It is something that has happened before, and since if it is something that has happened before, I think the best we could do is to go back and trace the history and see the lessons in which we can learn from what happened back in the history. So I'm going to go back a little bit backward to 1918. Between 1916 and 1918 there was the First World War, and in between the World War there was something called the Spanish flu. This Spanish flu killed more people than the war killed. Than the people that was killed during the war. Let me talk about some facts here. During the time by which the virus, there was the pandemic, there was more than 500 million people that were infected, and there was recorded about between 50 million and 100 million people died as a result of this pandemic. Right now in this COVID-19, I think the infection is less than 500,000 people across the globe. Right now, as at the date of this video, which is on the 29th of March 2020. Now I want us to compare two states in the US to see the response in which they have towards the pandemic then, and compare it to how we are facing it in Nigeria, in Europe, and also in the world. Remember this pandemic, the COVID-19 virus broke out in Wuhan in China, but after then it has spread to Europe, to Asia, to North America, to South America, and even to Africa. And it is not something by which Africa is even ready for as of today, because there are some how will I call it? There are some things by which people in Africa are saying that maybe because it's something that started in the Asia, that it is immune to high temperature and stuff like that. It has been scientifically proven that the temperature does not have effect on this virus. So it is just a matter of time it will enter Africa. But what we can do is, let's look at the approach in which two countries did to this thing and see how we are going to come into it. I'm going to compare two states in the United States and their response towards the pandemic in 1918. I'm going to comparing San Francisco and Philadelphia. I want us to understand that this in America, the reason why it's called Spanish flu in 1918 was because as at 1918, Spain was the only country that was neutral in the war. So they are the one that allows the press to have the access to carry the information or to carry the news as it was a real thing. Because countries like United States, China, India, and other countries involved in the First World War were trying to downplay the number of people infected so as not to bring panic. But the Spanish press were allowed to carry it. That is why it was nicknamed Spanish flu. So it's not something that started in Spain, but was carried from United States to the rest of the world just because just as a result of soldiers that were moving from United States that were deployed to the Europe. San Francisco is a state in the United States, and when this issue came up, when they heard that there's a pandemic, that there's Spanish flu, ravaging the whole world, they did something. The first thing they did was that they start aggressive response by the local government, sensitizing every individual, sensitizing them about the effect of that on the health. And the people were able to listen to their public health officials. The government listened to the public health official, warning them of the pandemic that is coming. And this one allows the government to prepare itself very well so that it will not hit them unawares. Secondly, the government ahead of time closed all the schools, public gatherings, weddings, funerals, everything was closed. All the social gathering or gathering of more than 10 or 20 was cancelled. Everything was brought to standstill during that period. And because of this, at the end of it, San Francisco did not record any case. You can go and check. San Francisco did not record any case. So if there's any country that I want them to be aware of this, I think the African continent should be prepared, because it has not hit us. By the time we will have too many deaths in Africa. And I want us to understand that this thing is not if it will come to Africa. The question should be asking is that when will it get to Africa, especially Nigeria? Remember, 10 out of 10,000 people in America died because of this Spanish flu, while there are more than 20 million people died as a result of this pandemic. It was said that it reduced the world population by 3%, while Africa lost about 15 out of every 1,000 people in Africa died during this whole pandemic. Please, I want all leaders, if you are listening to me, to start now, to take action. Stop all these gatherings, stop all these churches, stop. Recently there was something called 31 effect of someone in South Korea. The whole virus were being contained in South Korea. There were about 30 people having it, but one infected person went to church and it skyrocketed in 2 weeks from 50 something to 7,000 something. Please, I want us to keep ourselves safe. Let us take ourselves. I want to advise the government, the private sectors, and everybody. Let us shut down our offices. Let us shut down everything right now, so that we can curtail the effect. So that the effect, by the time it gets to Africa, it will have been minimized. Please, this is not the time to go to church or to mosque to pray. Stay in your houses and pray. God will hear you wherever you are. So I pray, as you are preparing for this epidemic, I wish that each and every one of us will prepare ourselves for this thing, and will be able to guide against it. And my wish is that by the end of this pandemic, we will come out stronger as a nation, stronger as a continent, and stronger as a new world. Thank you. So if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please, I want you to do that right now. Please press the subscribe button and the bell icon for notification. Thank you, and see you some other time.